Hello, James from the 11 Plus Tutors in Essex. What I'm going to talk to you today about is a really good book that I've looked at recently. Maybe some of you have read about this. It's called, let's get the right sheet up here. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. What I'm talking to you today about is study habits. So when I read this book, obviously it's aimed at adults, but he's created a supplement on his website, which I'm going to link to in the description below, about how this can also relate to educators and parents. So I thought it was really on point for what I've always said, actually. The things he says are really ring true, the things I've always tried to tell students. The first statement in the book, you are the sum total of your habits. Well, actually, when you read the book, you realise that you're probably not. You're probably more than the sum total of your habits. So I've created a couple of charts for you. Let's have a look at those. The idea there is that a lot of people think that good habits stacked up create, just a linear growth in overall performance and achievement. But actually, what really happens is good habits compound, like interest. So to begin with, you won't really see much difference, but you'll reach a critical point with good habits and you'll start to take off. And I've definitely seen that, okay? So I often get parents saying to me after 1 month of tuition, I'm not really seeing much improvement. But I try to remind them about this chart here, because this is definitely true. Once you build the solid foundations with habits and learning, you will see overall achievements start to accelerate over time. Definitely true. And I say that with experience. So let's look at some points that I drew from the book. Yeah, there are lots of points made, but I'm just going to draw out a few for today. One of them is habit stacking. So what that means is, if your child's already got a habit of doing something at a certain time in the day, why not piggyback off of that a task to do with their studying? So, they always watch TV at a certain time. Well, maybe they could do a page of their book and then watch the same programme straight after. So you've also got a reward factor there as well. And it's not so hard to create new habits when they're piggybacked on top of existing habits. You find it a lot easier to create them. If you're just trying to force a big set of unrealistic habits totally out of context in the day, that's very hard to stick to. The other one I think that's important here is progress tracking. So it's good to look back and see how far you've come. So often when we're doing things, we're just seeing things as a snapshot. If we look back and see how far we've come, so we're doing things to a different time now. So I get kids to write down their time in their mental arithmetic workbook. Bond books actually have tracking charts in the back. That's great. It's good to track progress over time. It's very motivating as well. Rewards for good habits. So I've spoken about this already, where you piggyback a good habit off the back of an existing habit. So you could invert that. So you could do a piece of work, then they're allowed to play on their Nintendo Switch or whatever. But it's good to attach rewards. So obviously the brain gets rewired to associate good things with that thing that they really need to do. A lot of this is common sense, I know, but it was good to see it in the book, laid out in a really articulate fashion. So I thoroughly recommend that parents read that. I think it's a really good book. It's also available on Audible. I'm not an affiliate seller, by the way. I'm not getting anything out there. I just really rate the book. So I hope you've liked these quick tips from me today. So there is no magic dust with any of this. There's no magic fairy dust in terms of increasing learning and passing the exam, the 11 plus exam. There's no magic dust. It is it's compounding good habits over time. The very last stages before the exam, you definitely see an acceleration. I say that with confidence. I hope you've enjoyed this today. I'm going to put some stuff in the description below don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit on the notifications button. Thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye.